Hiring a virtual assistant sounds simple until you actually try to do it. I mean, you've got job boards, referrals, Facebook groups, recruiters. They all technically work, just in their own ways. So which one do you pick? After 3 years of hiring overseas for myself and for our clients, I've realized it's less about finding the best one and more about understanding how each way works and when to use them. In this video, I'll walk you through the 3 core ways to find your next overseas hire. You've got inbound, outbound, and recruiters. Let's get into it. By the way, I'm Zach. I'm the founder of Talented. We place ops talent from the Philippines for 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs. We have our own Amazon store that does $1 million a year in revenue, and I've been hiring from the Philippines since 2021. Starting with inbound. Inbound is when you let them come to you. It's best for character-focused roles when you want someone that's going to mesh well with your team, and if you have vetting systems in place. The pros being, it's high volume. You'll get a lot of applicants, a lot of different kinds of people to choose from, and it's also quick to launch. You can have a job posting up today. The cons being, there's a lot of noise. Most of the applicants will not be a good fit for your team, and it's also only targeting the people that are actively looking for a job. The first platform is Online Jobs. You might be familiar with it already. The pricing is $70 a month and you can cancel at any time. That's what gives you access to the site. Basically, you just post a job posting. One thing you'll see common here is putting a secret word in the description. So for example, if you read this, put Apple at the top of your application because you get a lot of the people on here that are mass applying to like hundreds of jobs. And so you have to find out these little tricks to filter through to find the ones that are serious. But Online Jobs is a great platform. Next is Upwork. Upwork is great because you get to see people's background, like the past reviews they've gotten, their work history, and so you get a better idea of who these people are. Drawbacks being they are a publicly traded company, so they're going to get you every single way on fees, and it's a bit of a gray area in terms of taking them off platform. It is against terms of service. And also you find more of the short-term focused applicants, people that are looking for project-based or like having 10 clients at once. I personally don't find Upwork to be worth it. Then we have Facebook ads. This might not be one you expected, but when you have these ad campaigns in the Philippines, you get a very cheap cost per metric. It gets you in front of people for a low price point. Now, you can come down here to these special ad categories and do employment, choose the country of the Philippines. Now, you will need to do open targeting for this, but you're getting people that are just in their Facebook feed. They might not be on these job boards, so you can target a different kind of talent. I always use these even though it requires a lot of vetting. Then we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn I find to be a higher caliber of candidate. People that are on LinkedIn, I mean, generally tend to be more of a professional mindset, but same sort of thing here, just make the job posting. You can also send them to your own website. Then we have groups, whether it be LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups. You can find these virtual assistant groups. There's plenty of them. Post your job posting in there. Then we have outbound. Outbound is when you go and find the right people for your team. This is best for technical roles, ones where you need someone that has the background experience, and you also have the time to send all this outbound. The pros being you have high control over the outcome because you're only talking to people that you've already looked through their profiles. You also have less competition because there's not a bunch of people that are doing the same thing, especially for overseas. Cons being it's time consuming. It's going to take a while to go through all these people, and it's also low intent. So someone might not be actively looking for a job and you just wasted your time reaching out to them. The platforms for this first brings us to Online Jobs. Online Jobs has an advanced search section at the bottom, so you can filter by skill level, employment type, those sort of things. And if you see for copywriting here, we have 8,000 people to choose from. Then we have LinkedIn, similar thing here. You can type in, say, graphic designer in the search, filter by Philippines, and you have a bunch of other filters you can add on. And you got plenty of options here to choose from. And you can send them connection requests. Now, with LinkedIn, there is going to be a limit to your connection requests per week, but I think it's like 100 or something, so you can get through a good amount. Then you have groups. So whether it be School groups, Discord groups, WAP groups, also Facebook and LinkedIn groups. Finding people that are in these communities. Someone that's hanging out in, Thumbnail Designer Academy might be way more experienced than someone you just found on their resume. So you get more of a targeted caliber of talent. The last way is through referrals. Say if you have some virtual assistants already, asking them if they know people in their network that would be a good fit for the role. I avoid the friends and family referrals though, because I don't want to get into a situation where it's like, oh, sorry, I had to let your brother go. That's going to get real awkward. Then the last one is external recruiters. This is when someone does the whole process for you, and it's best for founders that have more money than time. Pros are, it eliminates the risk on your end. You don't have to go do all these days of scouting and vetting, and it also increases your access. They might have channels that you do not have access to. For example, we have our own newsletter. Cons being, it is an expensive service, but it can pay off in the long run if they find you someone good. The other con being it requires trust. You have to work with a recruiter that you know is going to find you the right person and is aligned with your incentives. Now, there's 3 types of recruiters. The first one you'll come across is the recurring revenue warriors, the ones where you pay them, it's like a SaaS, you pay them $3,000 a month, they're going to pay the talent $500 a month. I avoid these because of accountability. Like, I don't want to invest too much into this talent, into their education, because they're not really my team member. They're employed by this company. And they don't want to invest too much into the relationship with you because they know they'll just be placed with someone else if it's an issue and you're not actually employing them. The second type is the hand you the first person available. So you pay them their fee and they're going to say, all right, here's who we have next in line. Now, that does give you more control because they're directly under you, but you don't really know if this is going to be a good match. The third model, which is the one I follow, is the headhunting. This is where someone will go out on your behalf and find what you're looking for and present you options. This one is going to give you the freedom to choose someone and is purely performance-based. The decision framework you can follow to choose the best option is, first, ask yourself, do I need to hire fast? And am I okay with filtering through the volume? If so, inbound is going to be your best. If you're targeting a specific skill set that is harder to find, outbound is going to be your best. If you would rather pay more upfront than spend days vetting and interviewing, a recruiter is going to be your best option. Each of these hiring paths work. They just work differently. Inbound is fast, but also chaotic. Outbound gives you control, but it's a grind. And recruiters are efficient, but expensive. You don't need to marry one. See what fits your priorities and the role you're hiring for. Test and find your rhythm. If you want to see how we go from job posting, what we covered today, to new team member in just 2 weeks, watch this video right here. I appreciate you watching the end, and I'll see you in the next video.